Alright folks, let's dive into some real NFL talk, the kind of chatter you'd hear at a tailgate with a cold one in hand. I'm fired up about Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback I'm convinced should have been the No. 1 pick in this year's draft. No cap, I think the NFL was trying to send a loud and clear message to Shedeur and his legendary dad, Sanders. They didn't just skip over him, they straight up engineered a slide, letting him fall all the way to the 5th round, where the Cleveland Browns finally snagged him, almost 50 picks after taking Dillon Gabriel, another QB. So, let me hit you with a question. Do you know what true greatness looks like? Have you ever seen a quarterback who can make magic happen when the stadium's empty and the cameras are off? Because what went down in Miami last week has NFL scouts, GMs, and owners losing their minds. Shedeur Sanders put on a workout so unreal, so picture perfect, so flat out electric that it's got grizzled talent evaluators. Guys who've been breaking down elite prospects for decades. Second, guessing everything they thought they knew about the quarterback position. The buzz started Tuesday. By Friday, it was all anyone could talk about in NFL war rooms. Now, the world's starting to see why Coach Prime's been preaching about his kid's NFL future. What I'm about to lay out might flip your entire view of the 2025 NFL Draft. But first, let's get real. How many times have we seen hyped-up quarterback prospects crash and burn when the big lights hit? How many Heisman heroes have flopped hard in the pros? Think Ryan Leaf, think Jamarcus Russell. The graveyard of overrated QBs is stacked with guys who owned college Saturdays but couldn't hack it on NFL Sundays. That's what makes what Shedeur pulled off last week so mind-blowing. This wasn't some cherry-picked highlight reel against soft college defenses or a slick social media clip to pump up his brand. This was raw, unfiltered, NFL-level scrutiny, and he aced it. About 3 weeks back, word started trickling through NFL circles Shedeur Sanders was putting together a private workout in Miami. But this wasn't just any workout. We're talking about the kind of elite performance facility where guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers sharpen their craft, a spot built for refining greatness, far from the media circus. Shedeur didn't roll in with a hype squad or a PR crew. He called in the big dogs, former NFL defensive coordinators, stone-cold evaluators, guys who don't give a rip about social media clout or famous last names. These are the dudes who've scouted everyone from Peyton Manning to Patrick Mahomes, and they showed up ready to pick him apart. Picture this 6:00 a.m. in Miami, the sun just peeking over the horizon, painting the field gold. Inside the facility, the vibe is tense like a playoff game. 15 NFL XX scouts and coaches are posted up, clipboards in hand, eyes locked in. Then Shedeur strolls in. No entourage, no hype music, just a kid with a legendary last name and the weight of a fan base's dreams on his shoulders. The room's so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Then the drills start. It kicks off simple 40-yard throws to stationary targets. But these aren't college whiteouts. These are former NFL route runners, pros who test a QB's precision and timing in ways no college DB ever could. Shedeur's first throw, a freaking laser 40 yards tight spiral, hits the target dead on. Scouts glance each other stone-faced. Second throw ramps it up, a comeback route that demands NFL-level anticipation and trust. Shedeur lets it rip before the receiver even breaks, and the ball lands right in the guy's chest. Perfect timing. One scout's clipboard hits the deck. And that was just the warm-up. Then came the real test, simulated pressure, full speed, full intensity. The defense, not some scrubs, recent NFL starters, vets who live to mess with quarterbacks' heads using disguises, rotations, and mental warfare. The setup 2-minute drill, down by 6, no timeouts, 85 yards to glory. Shedeur's out there facing chaos. Pass rushers, not rookies or washed-up vets, but former Pro Bowlers who've spent years wrecking backfields. The pocket's collapsing fast, a speed rusher flying off the edge, a bulldozer crashing through the middle, a linebacker nailing a delayed blitz. Most QBs would panic, tuck tail, or eat dirt. Not Shedeur, he slides 2 steps left, cool as ice, eyes never leaving the field. Under fire, he uncorks a 30-yard dart, threading it between 2 defenders. As a rusher closes in for the kill, he takes a hit but still delivers, the ball landing clean in the receiver's hands. The pass rusher freezes, just staring. The whole facility goes dead silent. Then one clap, then another. Within seconds, the entire scouting crew's on their feet, roaring like they just saw the next big thing born. But the drills were just the appetizer. The main course, full-on NFL-style reps, complex protections, hot reads, audibles straight out of pro playbooks. No college tricks, no hand-holding. This was Sunday football and Shedeur didn't just keep up. He owned it. He's reading defenses, shifting protections, calling hot routes pre-snap, and slinging strikes with surgical precision. On one play, he spots a disguised safety rotation, checks out of the original call, signals a new route, and drops a touchdown pass before the defense even blinks. The defensive coordinator, a grizzled NFL vet, just stands there, jaw dropped, outsmarted by a kid fresh out of college. This wasn't just talent. This was a glimpse into what Shedeur could mean for Cleveland's future. Let's back up. The son of Hall of Famer Sanders, Shedeur was a 5th-round pick, which raised eyebrows after his dominant run at Colorado. The guy's got an elite arm, a football IQ off the charts, and poise beyond his years. He screamed first-rounder. So why the slide? And why, even after flashing brilliance in OTAs and minicamp? Pinpoint deep balls, calm pocket presence, next-level play recognition. Is he still buried on the depth chart? 4th string behind Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and Joe Flacco. What's the deal? He's not struggling. In fact, in limited OTA reps, he threw 3 touchdowns in just 7 snaps. That's production that demands attention, yet he's nowhere near first-team reps. This has sparked a firestorm among fans and analysts. Some say it's just the rookie grind, the usual path for a young QB. Others smell something fishy, wondering if the coaching staff's scared to rock the boat. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski's been cagey, talking about earned reps and downplaying snap counts, but the message is clear: Sheddeur's not climbing the ladder, even though he's outplaying expectations. ESPN's Louis Riddick didn't mince words on Get Up. Shedeur Sanders is the most talented passer on that roster, and he's not getting a fair shake. Riddick's point: Cleveland's got to give this kid a real shot to compete, especially when his raw ability could outchain anyone in that QB room. But here's the cold truth: talent's not enough in the NFL. It's a game of politics, resumes, and strategy. Is Stefanski slow playing Shedeur on purpose, letting him simmer? Or is he just too cautious to bet on a rookie over seasoned vets? The Browns' QB room is packed. Flacco's got playoff pedigree, Pickett's got starting experience, Gabriel's a third-rounder with potential. Sheddeur's caught in a numbers game, a tug of war between his upside and the team's loyalty to veterans. That's Cleveland's biggest gamble yet. This isn't just about Shedeur. It's about what he represents for the Browns' future, their draft strategy, and how they're building the quarterback position for the long haul. Cleveland's history with QBs is a roller coaster. Think Baker Mayfield's wild ride or the blockbuster move for Deshaun Watson. Every pivot has been about timing, evaluation, and sometimes bold risks. So, is Shedeur the next big project, or is he being quietly held back by design? Only the Browns staff knows for sure. Inside the locker room, Sheddeur's earning respect. Reports say he's all in, studying film, picking Flacco's brain, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. ESPN's Kimberly A. Martin says he's got the mindset of a franchise QB. But the NFL's a waiting game, and Cleveland's playing the long game. Browns fans, let's zoom out. If Shedeur keeps shining in practice, it's only a matter of time before he gets his shot. The question is when? This season? Or are the Browns cooking up a master plan, letting him develop in the shadows before unleashing him? Think Patrick Mahomes sitting behind Alex Smith or Joe Burrow easing into the league. Patience can breed greatness, or it can stifle it. The AFC North doesn't make it easy. It's a gauntlet. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, every game a slugfest. Every QB decision is under a microscope. That's why the Browns are walking a tightrope between winning now and building for tomorrow. They've beefed up their O-line, stacked their defense, and added playmakers. All they need is the right guy under center, someone with stability, explosiveness, and clutch factor. Could that be Shedeur? While the QB drama's stealing headlines, don't sleep on what's brewing on the other side of the ball. The Browns went all in on Myles Garrett, locking him up with a jaw, dropping $160 million extension, the richest ever for a non-QB. That's not just a contract, it's a statement. Garrett's the cornerstone, the guy who sets the tone for a defense built on chaos and disruption. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz put it best, channeling Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility. Garrett's got the sacks, the Pro Bowls, the swagger, but now he's got to deliver a culture, a standard. And Cleveland didn't stop there. They drafted Mason Graham, passing on blue chip prospects like Travis Hunter to pair him with Garrett. Why? Because Graham next to Garrett could be a nightmare for offenses. Schwartz's scheme thrives on pressure, and when Garrett's drawing double and triple teams, it opens lanes for Graham to eat. Then there's Carson Spazinger, a raw but relentless linebacker with 136 tackles in college, 90 solo and sideline-to-sideline instincts. He's stepping into a linebacker room hit hard by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah's neck injury. JOK might not play this year, but he's still coaching from the sidelines, keeping the unit's spirit alive. The national media is obsessed with Cleveland's QB carousel, but this team's loading up on both sides of the ball. If Shedeur proves he's the guy, if Graham and Garrett become a defensive nightmare, if Spazinger locks down the linebacker spot, and if JOK returns in 2026, this isn't just a season. It's the start of something big. Not a rebuild, not a maybe next year, but a full-on, no holds bar descent. So, Browns fans, what's the move? If you're GM Andrew Berry, do you hand Shedeur the keys now, or let him marinate behind the vets? And on defense, are you already feeling the vibes of a dominant front seven? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button to keep the algorithm feeding you Browns updates, and subscribe if you're ready to roll with me all season. Shedeur Sanders might just be the spark Cleveland's been waiting for, and with Garrett leading the charge, this team's got the pieces to make some serious noise.